All right, well, we can keep
Now
our.
let's get to the meat of what's really going on
At
right
the
now.
heart-
Whether
at the-
y'all want to know it or not, me and Marcus had a
Come
in-depth
on, man.
conversation
We gotta talk about
today.
that whackness.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and set it up because Kdub and I have been having spirited debates over the last few hours over a particular subject. Dub, I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of put it out there, and then you can chime in. Last night, Blake Griffin put a dunk on Kendrick Perkins that basically lit up Facebook. From what I understand, it crashed social media networks because everybody had to have something to say about it. Now, I didn't see it last night. I didn't see it live. Apparently, seeing it live added something to it. But when I saw it this morning on YouTube, I kind of was like, okay, it was a nice dunk. I didn't see why it was supposedly the greatest dunk. I thought the dunk that he put on Timofey Mozgov last year when Mozgov played for the Knicks,
he grabbed his head
in November of 2010 in that game, I thought that dunk was better. But I also think those two dunks kind of, you kind of lose me a little bit when you barely touch the rim when you dunk. I mean, your fingers just barely graze the rim. To me, that's not a real classic dunk. Dub disagreed. The floor is yours. Tell me what you're feeling on it.
All right, listen. Last night, for those that saw it, didn't see it, you can pull up YouTube, whatever like that. The particular dunk everybody's talking about on ESPN, Blake Griffin dunked on Kevin Perkins. This is where this
he ain't dunk on him. He did something else.
First of all, the particular dunk that he's talking about Mozgov last year, he didn't touch the rim. Okay, and Mozgov, if you look at it again, he just stood straight up, tried to be big, and Blake Griffin, basically jumped over him, grabbed his head, dunked on him. Okay, cool. But the dunk last night, what you got to understand is you had a person coming to help. He tried to jump up and block the shot. They went body to body, and his fingers still hit the rim. Whether you want to say that's a dunk or not, that particular dunk is probably the best dunk for the rest of the season, or maybe next week when he dunk on somebody else.
Maybe next week.
What we went on today was about the best dunk of all time, and here's where he disagrees with me. I told him that up until my top dunk, the Dr. J over Michael Cooper.
What?
Michael Cooper went over him with all intentions to try to block it. Dr. J only went one hand.
Now you said that was your top dunk. You just said that
up until the Vince Carter dunk over Frederick Weiss.
What?
That's got to be the all-time best dunk. Because listen, come on, you can't compare a 6'6", 6'7" dude jumping. I won't say he jumped completely over him, but he jumped damn near over a 7'1" dude that stood straight up. You can't tell me that that's not you've never even seen that before.
Look, man. Yo, this Big Root. Go ahead, YouTube, Sean Kemp, the Lister Blister, son. That by far is the sickest dunk ever. How you going to sit there, dunk on the dude's head, knock them on the ground, then point to them in front of the camera? Seriously? Yeah, man, I mean, you bringing some Cedric Hoover.
Here's what we can do.
Uh-oh. NBA 2K Live.
You could text, you could Twitter, you could listen. You could put it on email, or you could go ahead and put a little smoke signal out there. Tell me who your best one is then.
All right, well, let me put it to you like this. I guess, anybody knows me, I'm somewhat vertically challenged. Okay? Somewhat. Right? April's giving me a pound because she agrees But
she's supposed to be short.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna punch you right now.
I'm gonna get you some steps
when we go on break. But seriously, I personally am more fond of the little guy getting the big guy, just because aesthetically it looks better. Yeah. At least to me it does. Aesthetically it looks better. That's why when I see dunks like John Starks going baseline left-handed over Jordan and Horace Grant
after the push from Patrick Ewing
at 6'5". At 6'5", he went over both of them. That's why I look at Michael Jordan when he just broke the ankles in front of his own bench, spun baseline, and gets Ewing with his arm folded into the rim.
I got a better one than that.
Dunks like that is what gets me. And Doug mentioned when we were talking earlier when Kevin Johnson got got Elijah.
I got one better for both of y'all. What's your little dude that used to play for the Knicks that won a slam dunk contest.
Oh, Nate Robinson?
Nate Robinson. When he dunked on Shaq in practice.
In practice is practice,
but you know what, though? I'm
going
to tell you something. Now, I'm glad you said that because I don't think that's impressive. Neither does Big Rube.
Not at all.
Simply because the scale is smaller, which is the point that I was making to Dub. He disagreed with me when we were talking earlier on the Vince Carter getting the Frenchman. I just wasn't impressed by that.
Feeling that.
And Dub, you want to tell us what you said when we talked about that earlier?
I said that basically this man was 7'1". He was, I'll say maybe the middle of the circle. Vince Carter jumped over him. I won't say he jumped over him like on the trampoline, but if you see the video, you know, that's more of a dunk. Come on, let's be for real.
No, I got you. I just disagree.
I mean, we're going to put it on the page and get our fans to vote for it.
My opinion. So if you don't like it, anyway.
Well, I think I heard him snap his fingers at me.
I thought he bleeped himself.
No, he just snapped his fingers at me.
But you know, honestly, if you want to talk about if you want to talk about Blake Griffin dunk, you go back to that same New York Knicks game last year. There's another dunk that he flew from near the hash line and crushed somebody on an alley-oop. I'll look it up.
And in another game,
and I was sick.
He got through an alley-oop. Who you know that throw an alley-oop that gets an alley-oop from the side and basically reverse dunks it. So, you know, it's a lot of dunks that he's done.
Dominique Wilkins.
But, I mean, come on, yo.
Well,
get me wrong. That dunk that you're talking about against Gallinari, that was nice.
You know, I mean, but here's the thing. It depends on what you like, you know, because like you had mentioned up until the Vince Carter on Frederick Weiss dunk in the Olympics. Until that, your favorite dunk was when Doc got Michael Cooper, and that wasn't good. I think anybody who sees that dunk and doesn't like it is crazy. I think you're absolutely out of your mind for not thinking that dunk is sick. When you think about where he came from, and you think about the fact that normally, and Dub, I think we agree on this. Normally, when you come, to the basket on that angle, and when you put the ball and you start your two-step. You normally take the ball, you pat it with the other hand just so that you can get a good grip so that you throw it down. People don't remember. Doc never did that.
Doc one-handed.
He went from dribble to cuff. And when Michael Cooper, who was one of the best defenders in the league at the time, saw it coming.
One of the best defenders ever.
When he saw it coming, he put his hands by his head and flew under the basket. And Doc yammed it on him. Come on, man. Seriously? That's not a great dunk. That's not a great dunk, Big Rube?
I gotta see it again.
Oh, come on. I'm gonna put it right here.
Well, how about we do this?
I say,
how about we do this?
Put it on the fan page. Let them vote.
Each one of us put our favorite dunk on the Facebook page because YouTube is beautiful, and then all our fans out there put your favorite dunk on the Facebook page. You gotta like us first. You like us, put it on the Facebook page, and next week we'll see what's up. Yeah. If you like one of our dunks, you just hit like. And if you want to put your own dunk up there, you put your own dunk up there. If somebody else likes it, you can like that too. Next week we'll talk about it. We'll see what's up.
If you want to get in on this, you can call us and we can talk about it on air. 804-726-3430. Because real talk, we can talk about this for a long time.
Sure,
a long time. I mean, and if you want to talk about, we can talk about dunks. What about when Tom Chambers got Mark Jackson and put his knee right on his chest?
That was sick. That was stupid.
That man ain't deserve that.
Because Tom Chambers
6'3",
but Tom Chambers don't dunk for nobody.
No, but did you notice how he elevated when his knees?
Oh yeah, he climbed Mark Jackson. He literally said, "You're a ladder, and I'm gonna climb a dunk this real quick. We just gonna do it so quick in the air that nobody's really gonna see it."
It's crazy. It's crazy.
But you're not gonna sit here and tell me that Blake Griffin's the best dunker of all time. I am not going to allow that
because we haven't even mentioned Dominique Wilkins yet.
We talking Dominique. Sean Kemp. The dude couldn't hit a 5-footer, but he can dunk in your face.
Yeah. I remember seeing him drop step right outside the free throw line. I don't remember who he got, but maybe Doug could help me with this. He's the basketball historian here on Ain't No Half Steppin'. But he drop steps. Kenny. No, this was Sean Kemp in a game. He dropped steps.
Yeah, I'm talking about Sean Kemp when they played against Seattle Supersonics, played against the Knicks. I believe it was
that was on Kenny Walker.
And he drop steps outside.
He took a drop step and banged
Sideways.
Yeah, I won't want to say.
Yeah, it was dumb.
Yeah.
Like there was a couple years ago, I
You
saw
can
it.
contribute to the tip jar. Don't worry, Kdub.
I saw it on YouTube. If you look up top 10 Sean Kemp dunks, there is actually video of, I guess, somebody's top 10 Sean Kemp dunks, and they name, and each one of them are named. And that's the greatest part about it. He used to name all his dunks. So Sean Kemp's a beast.
Sean Kemp.
How do you sit there and name every dunk?
The Lister Blister was
like
sick.
you can sit there and repeat what you did to somebody else. Like, I mean, your dunks are going to be different every time. You can't sit there.
Yeah, but for each person, he named it for that person.
I mean,
it was great.
It reminds me of Chocolate Thunder. We know how Daryl Dawkins used to be, breaking backboards and all that kind of crazy stuff. K-Dub,
Daryl Dawkins broke a backboard in Philly against somebody, on somebody in the backboard broke.
Yeah,
So somebody could say that that's their favorite dunk.
yeah, it's crazy. And of course,
a backboard on you.
and Shaq did it, of course, a generation
I know some
later.
mascots that break a backboard, so.
That's because they fat.
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J and K-Dub doing the NBA commentary. K-Dub, we're going to leave it right there. Of course, feel free to drop your notes into the page and see if people are agreeing with you on the Frederick Weiss thing. We just pulled up the YouTube clip, and we're looking at the Sean Kemp dunks, and he just got, looks like that's Madison Square Garden. No, who is that?
That look like New Jersey.
Yeah,
New Jersey
he just
team.
got somebody. Yeah, Sean Kemp was nasty. But anyway, we're gonna leave it there. K-Dub, thanks for your input. Keep listening.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna just leave y'all with this, yo. Go Big Blue. That's all I got.
That's
Whatever. Get on the NBA 2K.
Are you talking about the Monarchs?
We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it next segment. So feel free if you want to call back and get in on the Super Bowl. Feel free, K-Dub. We're gonna leave it there. Thank you, brother. We'll hear from you next week. He hung up. He was like, I'm done talking. That's what's up. All right, well, we're going to leave it there for now. Fellas, you guys ready to talk about some football?
Yeah, we can. I mean, it's not much to talk about other than, we get to see a sorry game. I'm looking forward to seeing the commercials of anything from this weekend and see who has the best commercial. And
let's just get
Facebook
this out the way.
and Twitter on that.
Let's just get this out the way.
Seeing as though we got a couple of haters in the building, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna get into some football. We're gonna talk about the Super Bowl, what I affectionately like to call the NFL title game, because football was played long before they started it 46 years ago. Big deal. Super Bowl, fancy name, whatever. Anyway, Marcus J, Big Rule, Abel P, Colin Banks. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Yeah.
But the rest are getting brand new, being changed up their style from jeans to suits and thinking about a pop record. Something